Yeah. Tubby generally doesn't pub all year, and here he is. So Ti clearly a big enough occasion for him to step it up. Nah, I mean,
10
as a
seconds
captain, as a
remaining.
5 position in competitive who's been playing for like 12 years, Puppy just doesn't have the pub
5
all that
seconds
often.
remaining.
I feel like mechanically, I envy him. You know, how is he
Team
so good at
secrets,
these like
turn
micro
to
heroes and stuff? And I'm like, I think the average mortal has to practice
Yeah.
consistently. And I guess he's scrimming, right? But usually that's what pubs are for, is to like brush up on your mechanics. And it doesn't feel like he has to do that. But Spearbreaker, definitely a hero that you need to
10
practice going
seconds
into.
remaining.
Practice those bashes.
Sure to hone that
5 seconds
17%.
remaining.
Yeah. He always strikes me as someone who could be like a very talented core player. Like he's just that skilled.
Yeah, but I don't think you can replace his captain.
Oh, no, no.
That's kind of
That is a rare. That is a huge rarity in Dota. He is, in that group, very small group of maybe 2 or 3 captains of just like best captains of all time, and also just best captain in the game right now. Like he's up there, top 3 at least.
Now, with the way the meta's getting played, which is very
10
fast-paced, skirmishes
seconds.
all over the map,
Turn to
early
ban.
tower pressure from heroes like Lycan, I'm personally surprised we haven't seen as much Nature's Prophet as we have seen so far.
Yeah.
There has been, this is the first one I've seen.
I saw one. I think maybe Secret. Did they have it in their last series?
Let me look at
When
their
we're
heroes.
watching while we're waiting, there was like a
10 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
they did have a Nature's Prophet today.
Okay.
Actually, it was later on in the draft.
5 seconds remaining.
It was offlane with a 4-position Monkey King, so I guess pretty similar with the Shaker.
Shaker, yeah.
I mean, Tusk Silencer already making Shaker's job in the game pretty hard. Silencer combo breaker, or Shaker alone is his own combo. Echo Slam into Fissure.
And when you see Tusk and Beast Coast, it's not necessarily a support. We've not been thrilled about the double support pickups, but Whisper loves to play this offlane Tusk as well, so this could theoretically be a 3-position hero.
Yeah, we've seen it. The Echo Saber build. I don't know how I feel about it. There's just like certain carries
10
where
seconds
we saw
remaining.
PL from Secret earlier against it. If you just don't die to the Tusk,
Yeah.
5
the
seconds
Tusk
remaining.
offlane feels kind of underwhelming. The whole like purpose of the kid is that he just one-shots you full to
Yep.
0.
It seems like a laning stage specialty, but then after the laning stage, if you're not snowballing, it's problematic.
Literally. That one never gets old. You know, as a pun man myself, there's
Yeah.
some of them that
BEASTCOAST,
you always
turn to
find yourself
ban.
circling back to, and that is one of the archetypes for sure.
The best is like you just kind of walk into them. Like it's like I didn't plan on it. As soon as it's happened, I'm like, all right, let's roll with it.
Yeah.
I'm going down that line.
Okay, so
Well.
they ban out the Lena. That's Nisha
10
special.
seconds
A
remaining.
lot of teams have prioritized
Yeah.
Lena, but Nisha particularly.
5
does
seconds
love that hero.
remaining. Team secrets turn to
Also, a
ban.
lot of pressure. I think you want a hero that conveniently, like, shoves lanes, but also plays off map a pretty good amount. That just walks to the Nature's Prophet lane at some point, where the Nature's Prophet's going to be consistently pushing your tower, consistently making you put your body there in order to defend it, and then one of those
10
times you're just going to
seconds
randomly die to
remaining.
Alina. You know, that's the kind of hero that you want to pair with it. I think.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Seeing some more bans coming out. I do want to just take a few steps back, look at, bird's eye view. Team Secret, I personally feel like they are coming in like intentionally as underdogs, and like to me, I put them on the same tier as EGLGD. Like to me, those are like the 3 favorites here. I think we saw such a year of dominance from them during 2020 when they won like 5 grand finals in a row 3-0, and I think this DPC they just kind of chilled a bit.
Yeah, which is weird. Usually they're super tryhard all year,
Yeah.
and then they kind of flop a little bit at TI compared to what you'd expect. I mean, flopping for Secret was like 4th. Like compared to what they performed during the year, it's all perspective. It is a flop, but this year, I expect Secret to get top 5 personally.
Yeah.
I would put them as one of my favorites with the caliber of players that they
Yes.
have, and they have not expended all of their success during the season.
For sure. It feels like, there's a very different mentality coming in. And also, the player and team that's knocked them out for like the last 3 TIs not here. Kuro has been Puppy's undoing for many TIs in a row. So that bodes well for him. It's kind of like you just keep getting knocked out by the same guy.
What's a Superman do when Kryptonite's gone? He takes it all, man.
So yeah, it could be different. Yeah, and I think for Secret themselves, I think even top 5, top 6. I think they're at least expecting top 3 or something. Like,
Yeah.
obviously any team in that elite group wants is hoping for first place, but I feel like another top 6 for Secret that isn't what they won't be happy with that.
Yeah, they're not. They're not going to be happy with anything less than top 3, maybe top 2.
10
But
seconds remaining.
Beast Coast, on the other hand, is this not the exact same roster
5
as
seconds remaining.
Infamous?
Yeah, and it's one of the teams that's stuck around the longest.
Yeah.
It's been and that's what's great about the DPC. Is like suddenly we're seeing this stability in regions that weren't usually known for stability.
Yeah, I wanted to confirm just because I'm almost certain, but they have not looked convincing on LAN. Both they first didn't show up to the first LAN,
10
so that's an easy
seconds
way to not be
remaining.
convincing. And then they didn't make it out of the group stage at the Animajor.
5
So
seconds
Beast Coast
remaining.
0-2 so far, haven't shown anything at LANs this year. They've shown that Hector can be one of the scariest farmers in the entire world. They play the 4 protect game as good as any. Last series we saw him be on the Naga and the Sven. They did come up short in both those being 0-2. But he did get farmed. So far, they see the carry matchup already. They have a lot of space makers, disruptive supports, Silencer as well as Tusk. Timbersaw as an offlaner, his whole job in the game is pretty much to make space for the carry, whether or not that's pressuring the opponent's tier 1 towers or protecting your own. Against heroes like Nature's Prophet, you can kind of just be the wall that prevents him from getting your towers. In theory, he's nice to protect your towers, but I like him more against Chen, for instance, because Chen goes to a tower and he's committed. He's got all of his creeps there. On the other hand, Nature's Prophet just says, "Oh, I forced a Timbersaw to TP. I'm just going to go somewhere else." And they look like they've
Ooh,
demoted it to 5 Prophet
Yeah.
or mid Prophet.
It's either been demoted or upgraded.
Yeah.
Which way are we going? Definitely
Okay.
something Secret have played. Oh, they play in all 3 core roles. Like Nisha plays it, Matu plays it, and
10
I plays it.
seconds
So
remaining.
Yeah, it's almost certainly a carry Ursa. Hero that's been underwhelming,
5
I would
seconds
say.
remaining.
It has been a stack meta for a long time. They did nerf stacks, which buffed Ursa slightly because he definitely never farms them. You're no longer going the Battle Fury build of old, being the hyper carry. We're almost always seeing the Diffusal Blade into run at you, secure the early Roshan. It's really nice if you can skip the Morbid with a hero like Nature's Prophet who has summons to tank the Rosh for you because you'll kill it really fast. You're also meant to shut down the Timbersaw early, so he has a clear purpose in the game. And they go for Sven, who in theory is nice against Prophet because he clears the trees, but Team Secret's entire lineup kind of just says whoever puts their body in front of this trees is going to die. So I almost would have liked a hero that doesn't have to
10
put themselves in the
seconds
lane,
remaining.
but that's not the case here. So
5 seconds remaining.
if Beast Coast falls behind even slightly, they will get absolutely ran over. But they have very greedy heroes on Team Secret. They all need like that first item. Darkseer needs that first item. Ursa needs that first item. Nature's Prophet, wherever he goes, will need at least something. So Beast Coast, I think, functions a lot better with just levels.
yeah, it's not one of those Darkseer games where it's paired up with like a really aggressive 4 that's looking to put pressure on it. Feels like it's a Darkseer that's looking to farm.
Turn to
Yeah.
ban.
Earthshaker's more about securing the lane rather than dominating the
Yeah.
lane. And they banned the Ember Spirit.
Well, yeah, as far as Beast Coast, you're thinking just going to be offline Timber. They are going to actually play the Tusk as a support this time.
Yeah, I don't. Honestly, I've seen some
10
5
seconds
Timbers.
remaining.
Oh yeah.
I
was thinking more like mid-timber,
I
yeah.
don't think he'll. I don't think Timber is a hero that gets countered and then you put him mid. I think he's more of a they picked Kunkka mid. Okay, fine, I'll put Timber mid.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like taking a crucial role out of the game on Timbersaw when he gets countered. The hero, it doesn't make you feel better to like dodge the lane. Ursa honestly doesn't lane against you very well. It's just once he gets level 7 on Ursa,
10
maybe even level
seconds
8 or
remaining.
9, he starts to chew through you and represents that kill threat.
5 seconds
They ban the
remaining.
Invoker. Okay.
Well, Beast Coast will have that
Beast Coast's
final pick of the
turn to
draft. No
ban.
DK, no Ember. Have you felt like from your games and just watching games you watch like that, having that last pick of the draft is a big advantage still these days, or not as much?
People were commenting that first pick got heavily buffed because in the second round you now get that Darkseer
10
pick, the 8th
seconds
pick
remaining.
overall, which you used to go to second pick. It used to be alternating. Now it's
5
first pick, then
seconds
2 picks
remaining.
from second pick, and then first pick again. But actually, in this case, sorry, Sven. So second pick has now been feeling more powerful. I'm like mixing up my two sides here. It's the fact that you have the 2 later picks to me that is so scary.
Yeah.
That Sven plus the response pick here. But honestly, I don't think I've seen too many drafts where it's just gotcha and you lose the game. I don't think a lot of the cheese heroes are very powerful right now. None of the Meepos, the Huskars, even Tinker,
10
who has a
seconds
really high pub win
remaining.
rate
Beastcoast's turn
with the
to
rework, so he doesn't have to buy Boots of Travel anymore.
A lot of the cheese heroes were also just reworked and made less cheesy, I think.
Yeah.
That's something I think Iceberg is like, okay, we can make Dota less, wonky. And some heroes like
Absolutely.
Meepo just aren't that good right now. Brood, same thing, kind of
10
being a
seconds
bit overly nerfed.
remaining.
When the
TA?
cheese heroes are good, they're for you just pick them early.
5 seconds
Like when Brood's
remaining.
good, it's first 2 worthy. But yeah, and it's felt like that's been a trend maybe even for the last few years, where teams are just way better and overall, like they know how to draft. They don't get caught out by surprise by cheese picks.
It's amazing how hard it is to not get caught off guard, but if you get cheesed enough,
Yeah.
eventually you come prepared. I said TA, but then I see the Darkseer, and I immediately retract that statement.
Again, into the puck. What do Beast Coast want? They haven't got much time here.
Yeah, the DK's banned out, TA's kind of blocked, just naming puck lane
It's-
counters right now. Okay.
Choose your hero.
They needed a Yule's builder. You need it against the Ion Shell Surge of Darkseer, which can both be dispelled. The Overpower of Ursa can be dispelled. You also want to Yule's him up in the air when he ults, and then you have the Silence from Puck. So a natural Yule's builder was definitely necessary, but I'm definitely leaning towards Team Secret's draft. I think Darkseer with a decent laning phase is terrifying, so my only concern is maybe those few early levels. I think Sven Silencer is way stronger than Earthshaker Darkseer, level 1 and 2. Like, Darkseer needs that second point in Ion Shell. But if they can get past that, I think Secret's early game will just come online much faster.
Yeah. That's something I feel like, especially the viewers always notice. You see Beast Coast draft and you're like, 3 melee cores. And they've got an Ursa. Even Puck, like Dream Call, locking these heroes down. It's hard to play with all these melee cores into Secret's heroes to some extent.
Yeah. Earthshaker alone is scary. This is 4
Yeah.
melee heroes, all of which have to be point. There are like melee heroes in the game that don't have to be point blank range to do their job, and these are all
True.
heroes that Tusk has to be casting tag team. Timbersaw's abilities are all on top of him. Same with Finn and Void Spirit. Void Spirit's not some backlining mid hero, So if they ever get caught vacuumed, 3 or 4 heroes, they will all die.
Yeah, there is a lot of combo potential in this Team Secret team fight. See there, we're talking about Puppy in his pub games. He's got that level 20 Nature's Prophets, or something he is well versed in. Whispers Timbersaw, a classic for him. And here we are. We're going to hop
feels good to
ourselves
be this
into
good.
game
It feels
1.
good to be this good.
I haven't heard that one yet.
For battle.
I'm surprised. It's classic PPD. I love it.
Yeah, if you could name a more iconic voice line for who it represents, I don't think any of them do a better job.
I hope we see a bit more of that on the main stage. Not sure the EU teams are big PPD fans necessarily though, so maybe they won't be as on board the PPD spam. We'll have to figure out what the voice line meta is. That's a meta in itself.
I think the voice line meta is how many languages can understand your voice line.
Mhm.
Like the FE one is perfect because laughs are a global thing or
Yeah.
universal thing. And then also like how many Dota situations can you say it where it will tilt the opponent.
Yeah.
I think that seems like a
30
really
seconds
important
to
aspect of the voice lines.
Beast goes with an early invade, gonna come in, block some camps and everything. Gonna deny some of that farm game. I think perhaps knowing that Shaker's gonna be maybe spending a lot of time out of lane doing some stacks. I'm gonna shut down those
It
shenanigans.
feels good to be this good.
It doesn't get help.
It looks like maybe they're
The
dodging.
battle begins.
Oh no, they're just being aggressive. I got mixed up a little bit there.
Do you think it's tactical? Like they know, Secret EG, have had those rivalries in the past. Does he bust out the PPD voice line just for Team Secret?
Team Secret seems like the team that would just mute everybody on the enemy team regardless. They're not even going to let you potentially tilt them with voice lines. And Secret's doing something really cool here, where they know Timbersaw kind of relies on being inside the creep wave in order to get those reactive stacks up if he wants to go for that. Or he wants to use Timber Chain to hit you and Last Hits at the same time. So they're confronting him. They're poising to confront him before he even enters the lane. And right now, Schofield is mid lane, warding the small camp and potentially looking to de-ward anywhere else. So he's not there yet. It's going to give Matu probably a free creep wave, which in a matchup like this, which is kill heavy one way or the other, can make a game-changing difference.
Yeah, he just can't come out. Puppy's just chilling with Treants, has the Blightstone too, so I mean, Timber, not much starting armor, does have the Ring of Protection, but that's tough for him. Take a look at some of these other lanes. A lot of damage going back and forth in the mid lane. Chrislock getting very low there. We're going to see how they look to salvage some of these lanes. I think Schofield already recognizing this bottom lane is going to be tough without the reactive armor. Is looking to pull these.
Look at what Puppy's doing. That is such a cool move.
Drags the wave with a Treant. So Schofield, it still moved the creep wave, but
it's the jungle lane.
Yeah, the fourth lane. Have you heard the stories? And Puppy just trading right clicks with Schofield here. Has ice shots, but what a really clever stop for him. They are completely keeping Whisper away. He has hit level 2. It looks like he wants to grab the next wave, which he'll succeed
grabbing
doing
the
so.
other way.
Yeah.
This is
I
clowning.
don't even want to look at any
Oh,
of these
okay,
other
he's
lanes.
taking it under tower. He's like, okay, you can have it. This is too inconvenient for me. I think he's going to wait till he gets his boots first. Oh, he's going Glove of Haste first. Okay. Ursa's a really weak laner nowadays.
Yep.
Ursa used to be such a lane dominator. So having a free farm lane like this on Ursa, you're perfectly content with this.
All that chaos going on there was a first blood up top.
Yeah, they used a vacuum because I leveled it level 2 instead of Surge.
It feels good to be this good.
And looking over at our mid lane, we have ourselves a Puck versus Void Spirit lane. So far, pretty even. Both now going to start going for some of those water runes. Puck, actually, no water rune for
It
you.
feels good to be this
Radiant's
good.
bottom
But
tower
he's going to be
is under
A-okay.
attack.
Nice job by Yapster to make sure that Nisha gets the bottle refill up top.
You'd think Whisper's busy laning instead of voice lining, but he's been dragging creeps about 80% of the time.
Yeah. Doesn't have to focus on the last hits quite as much when he's just running away. Gets a creep wave under the tower now. And good job by Tusk giving him this kind of solo XP. It's still a level 1 Tusk, but Timber's a hero that can really benefit from that solo experience. Back up top. He managed to chase down K1 Hector and get the kill on the Sven. So that's the carry going down.
This is a lane I said I thought they would win level 1 and 2 on BEASTCOAST. Like, if they were going to pull ahead and dominate this laning stage, they would be winning by now, and they've fed 2 kills already.
Yeah.
So that's very concerning to me, because Darkseer, the thing about it is, can you kill the Ion Shell before it kills you when it comes to farming, right? And if you can't, then you're forced out of lane, which means that the Darkseer will free farm. He'll eventually take your tower. He's going to set up easy dives because he's got heroes like Puck that can conveniently rotate, a support Nature's Prophet that can TP behind your tower and summon trees. I think these early deaths indicate a very early loss of the tier 1 tower when the Nature's Prophet sees the time to change. Like, maybe the 5-minute catapult might be the time.
And a mid-hero like a Puck is a hero that's more than happy to get active too, I feel. So we could see that Puck make those plays to make sure you secure towers or even get some extra kills along the way. Doesn't necessarily bode well for BEASTCOAST just yet. We'll see if they can find a way to salvage things. If the Timber does get off to a good start in terms of getting that solo XP and some early items, he's going to be the one that needs to defend those towers.
The seeds of fortune.
Dire's structures are
A lot of back and forth mid here. Nisha's getting a little body blocked here. Chris Lux, he's begging for that high 5.
Oh!
And he thought he'd get past the tree.
Yeah. That look, I mean, it was one of those things that looks kind of bad, but it was probably just like a 0.1 second longer, and he would have drawn it over the tree. Nice solo kill from Chrislock. He's a player that needs to step up if BEASTCOAST want to take a game or games off Team Secret.
They were already down by 1k at 3 minutes into the game prior to that solo kill, and we talked about the momentum that Secret's lineup has early to mid game, and Stinger might be going down again.
Gets vacuumed back in. Nice stun from the Sven just to save his support, but
Okay.
doesn't feel great. And yeah, the Iron Shell just constantly getting them low here. They haven't got any salves. They're out of regen. This is bad news for them
Radiant's
in
courier.
this top lane.
That solo kill was pretty massive, is what I was getting at. Because if they weren't winning mid, like I think if Chris Luck had died to Nisha, it'd be like GG.
Yeah.
Because they'd be losing all 3 lanes at that point. But now we're feeling okay. I'm just concerned if K1's gonna have the space to farm the stacks that Sven generally needs in order to hit that crucial timing. Usually he gets his first item and then he gets very quickly to his second item. And Schofield has been stacking, at least this big camp. He has not stacked the Ancients yet.
Bounty.
We'll see if Void Spirit makes his way over there. Void Spirit looking for another kill, misses on the disable. He's going to make his way back out there. Not sure he would have had the damage to kill Nisha. He did have the raindrops out, so Chris Luck using up one of those astral steps, and Nisha looking a-okay here. Level 5 to the level 6 of the Void Spirit. Has to be a little bit careful for now.
Matu
It
queued
feels
up
good
the
to be
Mask
this
of
good.
Madness after the treads. This is a throwback if he ends up going for it.
Yeah.
I think it's been a couple years since I saw a Mask of Madness version. Puck guys
Whoa.
again. Okay, it wasn't
Okay, that was
solo,
the Tusk.
but Tusk is not exactly a support you'd think that kills a Puck.
Here comes the move. We kind of talked about this potentially happen with the Nature's Prophet coming up top, and Yaps are getting very low here. Does die to the creeps in the end here. Is the Iron Shield damage going to be enough to bring down Stinger, but not quite the outcome I think Team Secret were hoping for there. Schofield in the trees. Looking for Zai, who is going to go for a TP out. Can he get him with a snowball in time? No.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This has been a fantastic showing from Chris Luck so far, finding multiple kills and putting a lot of pressure on Nisha's Puck, who has died twice now. Gets the rune as well, so the 50-50 exchange going his way. Tries the D ward, gets caught by a Dreamcaller. I don't know if they've got the damage here. I believe he should be okay. Yeah, Dreamcaller's going to be wearing off, and Chris Luck just gets himself out of there as Puppy comes teeping in just for the D ward.
Did force him to pop the Arcane Rune, so it's
Yep.
not completely useless that they coiled him there. And they are going to threaten his tower. They brought him down to half, and now he has to be a little bit concerned, but really nice creep drag by Schofield to make it so the catapult will die. Really good awareness by him that his core just needs a little bit of help getting rid of that catapult. Huge amount of pressure represented by these catapults, but Beast Coast has thwarted them.
Even the top tier one tower is like almost
Yep.
full health still, and that's the tower.
Is under attack.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was saying that's the tower you were kind of saying like you expected to maybe drop early with that Nature's Prophet rotation.
Yeah, they managed to survive that dive where Yapsor went down behind the tower. And that's really important. When you have a hero like Sven against Ursa, very invasive carry, you need to protect your early towers. We saw what happened last game with T1 where the game was pretty even, and when they just lost their towers, eventually they got ran over, out-efficiency'd on the map. Oh, but Hector.
Yeah, he's just doing his thing, farming the jungle, but gets caught out with the Observer Ward and chased down. I believe that was the Shrine Ward scouting him out, and they use that to hunt him down as
It feels good to be
Chris
this
Luck
good.
getting poked at. Will be fine.
Don't mind me.
This just feels so bad as Sven, where the opponent can walk into your jungle, and you don't know if they're ganking you or not. The thing about Darkseer and Earthshaker is they could just be farming a stack together with Ion Shell, and you just never know. And you don't want to, like, stop hitting creeps on Sven. You're not like, maybe they're coming? But you kind of have to sometimes, and Hector, he's probably just going to retreat to Triangle now, as he misses the stack. Stinger, man. Ugh.
Yeah, they got one.
That hurts.
Here's, yep. Pops the God Strength there. He'll use that to clear through all those waves here. Is that back at top? Puppy. Oh, he's found a courier. Says, forget Schofield. I want that courier, and I want to start poking at this tier 1 tower.
Is under attack.
Over at bottom, Whisper trying to pressure the tower himself, but just Timbersaw doesn't push particularly fast. He just deals with the creep waves and doesn't get too low.
Dire's
You can tell Schofield's scared for his towers. Look at his skill build. He's got a 2-2-0 skill build as opposed to the standard max tag team. His job is to clear waves as best he can, defend his towers, peel waves off. Very fascinating. I don't think I've ever seen this skill build since the rework of the tag team.
And
Going Veil. Interesting. Makes sense, this game.
Dire's
Chris
top
Luck gets
tower
caught by a
is
vacuum, but there's no follow-up.
So much pressure. Whisper's trying bottom, but he's just a Timber Saw.
Yep. And it seems like for Beast Coast, they're just trying to delay it as much as possible. It will finally now go down, but keeping up for a decent amount of time, it still feels like. Uh-oh.
Dire's top
Chris
tower
Luck
is
gets
under
out of there okay. That was the Dream Call committed.
is under attack.
On Radiant side, you're happy to trade sides like this when you have an
Okay.
Ursa.
good
Because
to be this
you're just
good.
going to take Roche the second Beast Coast puts 3 to 4 heroes bottom. And so Beast Coast is going to have to constantly be aware of that. I put that in the hands of Chris Luck, who's
Nisha, double damage Void Spirit. Can he get the solo kill here? Chris Luck gets him low. There's no more Astral Steps, though, and he's going to be a little bit careful.
a good space.
Has got the Dissimulate still to maybe try and use that one to escape. Doesn't go to the high ground, though. Stays on the low ground. Gets caught by a Fisher here. I think he was trying to catch him by surprise and juke into the trees, maybe. But Secret didn't fall for it.
I think that's Roche. Yep. Mask of Madness is why he seemingly built it. He's only level 7. Usually you need a couple more points in the overpower.
There's the Treant's Puppy, microing them one at a time so he doesn't trigger the clap. This is some big brain puppy stuff.
They scouted out. He has
they know.
Snowball.
Okay.
Wait to finish it?
Nice.
Oh, nice
Fissure
fissure,
just, yeah, if he went in there, the Fissure was waiting for him.
Look
And
at that Sprout. That was a perfect Sprout.
Yep. This is become one of Puppy's best heroes as Schofield now in all sorts of trouble. There's a God Strength being popped somewhere. Chases on Schofield, does manage to get himself out of there. I believe they were pressuring this T1 mid tower, but Nisha shows up, and with the threat of the Dream Call, they've got to be a little bit careful here. Mato getting very low. He's got this Aegis, but he may just lose it if he's not careful here. Does end up going down. Great play from Whisper. Gets caught by the Fissure here. The follow-up from Nisha is there with the Dream Call. Catches out two. I don't think they've got the damage to kill this Timbersaw. This is decent for Beast Coast. A lot of spells being forced from the Team Secret side, and they are holding their own, breaking the Aegis right after it gets picked up.
This is a level 9 offlane Timber to the level 7 Ursa, who was picked in response to the Timber. It's meant to be a counter.
Yeah.
I wonder what's really happened to Matu's game. I guess he felt the need to group up with his team early because he got booted out of lane. And that's showing. He's level 7 to the level 10 of Hector. That does not feel good at all.
I mean, you highlight Schofield Bill. I feel like he's just played such a smart game with how he secured the Timbers lane and since then just kept towers alive. Puppy does a nice sprout to get out of the ice shards, but still goes down top.
I remember during their run for 8th place at TI9, I believe it was,
Yep.
Schofield was one of my favorite players to watch. The word I use for him is pesky. He's just so pesky. You know, you're a secret. You know your game plan. Let's put some early pressure on these tier 1s. What the hell? This Tusk is 3-2-0 and his skill build. You know, what?
And it's unorthodox. Like, usually there's standard plays. Okay, the enemy 4 position playing this hero usually will do plan A, and if that doesn't work, they go to plan B. He's just doing, like, you know, he's on plan X. He's doing all kinds of wonky stuff.
Yeah, he's on his own little universe. And it
Yeah.
totally makes
Feels
sense,
good
though.
to
That's
be
the
this
beauty of it. Whenever people innovate, and then you just see it come into fruition in the way they play the game out, it's really cool to watch. It shows such an understanding of their role in the game. And the part of the reason that Hector has become so famous for being the fast farmer that he is that the rest of his team has gone through rigorous training of how to take care of the map 4v5.
Yeah.
Schofield putting on a clinic for you here.
Matu gets the enrage up before the stun comes in, but the Ice Shards block is
Nice
there.
Ice Shards.
Schofield holding onto the Walrus Punch will hit Matu. Snowball follow-up as well, and Matu is going to go down. Great kill
It feels
for Beast
good to
Coast.
be this good.
Don't let him bait you, Matu. I have been baited by this Schofield man myself way too many times. And this is the first time I think I've ever seen a Tusk go first item Veil. I
Yeah.
believe I have never seen that. And it's quite cool because they kind of have damage issues defending lanes and overall just before the Sven gets items.
Schofield continuing to poke the bear that is Team Secret, but right now they're not quite looking like a bear with how Beast Coast is having their way. Schofield will finally go down, but Puppy dies mid. That was Whisper getting a solo kill. Had the Yule Scepter and I guess making a nice little play there as he's now on the run, being chased down a little bit. I don't think Matu can do this on his own. Just be a little bit careful.
I really like the first item Yules. Most Timbers just default to Hood.
Is under attack.
Against a lot of magic damage, they have Puck, Darkseer, Earthshaker. It's not like they're lacking. But against the Ursa, I highlighted the need of Yules in the draft. And against the Darkseer as well. And he's immediately queued it up, knowing it's more important to dodge the damage than it is to, like, soak it.
Nice body tramp blocked from Puppy. Just a silencer kill, though, but... Yeah, his whole build, he's anti-Ursa. He's got the Halberd queued up second. We'll see if he does ultimately end up buying it, but he's making his entire game about negating what Matu can do in his Ursa.
Yeah, the Sven-Ursa matchup, if they could, like, ignore each other, Sven would benefit from it. But if the two heroes are forced to interact, then Ursa wins the matchup. And Whisper's like, I'm not going to allow you to hit my Sven.
You'll set up into the pull, and they're going to bring down the puck with the help of the Global Silence. Snowball in, looking for more. They get the punch. They get the... Oh! No! Yes!
Oh my... I mean, we did say if there's a vacuum.
They were just about to get that like last right click to kill him, and the vacuum interrupted it. Holy cow. Ooh.
You can, like, feel that from the monitor, you know?
Yeah. That's the heartbreaking one for Beast Coast. And if you're a secret, you're thinking, hell yeah, that went perfectly.
This just reminds me in your pubs where you're like the mid lane
let's
and you're
take another
struggling,
look.
you're dead.
Here it is.
And here's your team.
He looked so dead until that vacuum came in.
That's a highlight for the entire tournament right there. That is... Nisha says, I've now been killed by Chris Luck 3 times. Carry me. As Yapsor and Zai proceed to put the entire team on their back.
Yeah. The team secret team fight. Zai, he's 4-0-6, being in 10 of these 11 kills on a Darkseer. That's not a hero you necessarily expect that. And then you've got Yapsor in all 11 of these kills, 2, 2, and 9.
Something's got to blink.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
And that was indeed Beast Coast. They were dead. But
And it's the team secret line.
yeah. Oh. Observer Ward going to find Schofield, just going for a D ward there, but now he knows exactly what's going on. Secret pulling ahead, 3k gold lead.
What the hell? We were just talking up Beast Coast and how they seemed in control, and then suddenly one vacuum, and that's just not the case anymore.
Yeah.
They both have halberds. I don't know how I feel about the double halberd. If you're Timbersaw, I don't want to say he's like ruining his own game, but he's inconveniencing his own game in order to make your game easier. I don't know how I feel about also doing it yourself, because Sven doesn't mind halberd. It's a strength item that he benefits from the damage, but you don't want to buy halberd.
Puppy, solo kill by Whisper. It's a bit of a deja vu here. The Dream Call is there, looking to catch him on the retreat. He still may be able to get his way out of this one. Doesn't manage to Timber Chain to the high ground here. Whisper doesn't want to go through the wall until he's got the Timber Chain.
That's easy farm. You can Timber Chain through that infinitely for that 5 gold.
Still being chased a little bit here. He's just going to go into the enemy base and TP out.
Of course.
Love it.
It feels good to be this good.
And Schofield again, caught trying to D-ward, I think. The same ward twice. He's committed to the D-ward job.
I said he's pesky. He might also be insane, because he has tried the exact same thing multiple times, and it has not worked any of those times.
It's the space for K1. I mean, it's like a bit of those, like, oh, we can joke about, like, oh, you know, he shouldn't die twice in the same ward, but it's like, he finds out where they are, and K1 is free farming elsewhere on the map.
You know, if you're in a pub and I was the Tusk, and my teammates flamed me, my response would be to ping the Sven's items.
Yeah.
Like, my Sven has all these items, because I'm up here dying.
Yep. He's
That's the
almost
natural response here.
3k gold ahead of the Ursa almost. He's put himself and his team in a position to, you know, go into the late game and win this game. The BKB time is going to be important, because what happened last team fight, you say Sven, yeah, he needs a BKB.
Desperately.
Well, Schofield, third time's the charm. Coming back into that same area, does stay...
Run it back, baby. Let's go.
He's near that Observer Ward vision. Perhaps he knows exactly the range of it. Feels like he's just on the edge of it. Like, okay, there's a ward there. Let's just stay right at the edge.
Yeah, he's the ogre for his team. You know, he's just gank tank extraordinaire. Just confirming they are still there, guys.
Yeah.
Field report.
Meanwhile, ooh, what's happening here? Puppy got a bit of a... Oh, he blocked the Ancients. Okay. Smart from Puppy. Just TPs in, puts a sentry down to block that Ancients camp. recognizing, if this game slows down, even they'll de-ward it probably eventually, but even if it just stops it spawning once, it kind of pays for itself.
Yeah, more than pays for itself. That's ancient camps are what, 170, 80, 180 gold. So not including the XP.
Yep.
And it's very convenient for Nature's Prophet. He didn't have to walk there. He got to take
Yeah.
the express route. He has
guess-
the axe. I thought he still had to work on it. Makes
Alright.
it root,
Yeah.
and it also lowers the cooldown.
Dire's
can be
top
pretty
tower
pesky.
is under attack.
For heroes like Sven, absolutely. You don't want to have to pop BKB for that. He's never building a Manta. I guess Satanic later. They did add the Dispel to Satanic. He'll almost certainly be building that.
Yeah, K1's got his BKB coming out. We'll see if Beast Coast will make a play off this. They've already smoked. Sven
Dire are
likely
scanning.
going to look to sync up with them. They know this second Roshan is there with the Aghanim Shard.
That's huge for Ursa because he does not want to spend 1,400 gold on that. But it's one
Yeah.
of the best shards in the game.
But Beast Coast, they're ready to fight now with this BKB timing. This is very smart of them as they jump in. They're going to find Puppy. Once again, he is not having a good time with this Nature's Prophet for the last couple of minutes here. And Beast Coast perhaps looking for more. Whisper could look to set things up with a Yule Scepter. Same for the Void Spirit. Can't get too close here. And Nisha's Puck has really been limited in what he can do this game. Can't really get near. If he gets caught by any kind of a Yule Scepter into the Aether Remnant, he just dies.
Yeah, that's why they picked the Void Spirit into it last.
Yeah.
Pretty much all the heroes mid died of Puck Coil, but Void Spirit with just one item is absolutely terrifying because you can't phase shift out of it.
And if you can't rely on the... If they do catch him, they'll just pop the Global to stop Shaker from, counterplaying it.
Yeah. That's why they pick Silencer into Shaker.
Yeah.
Beast Coast. The thing about NA and SA is they kind of learn from each other in drafting. There's a lot of one-to-one counters where you're just like, yep, they've got something to deal with that. They've got something to deal with that individually, and it's very different than a lot of the EU teams who do this old game plan situation.
You don't have to Global for the Shaker. If you catch the Shaker,
Nice.
you get in with the Yules here. Nisha does find his support kill on the backlines. Chris Lusk is fishing. He's got the Yule Scepter. He just needs to catch Nisha, and Nisha knows that. Global Silence is there with the
Nice.
Snowball. They say, we've got the Remnant to follow up, and they'll burst him, blow him up. Nice buyback into the Global there, just to guarantee the kill.
Yeah, one of the most useful buyback supports because you have instant impact. You don't even have to be at the fight. And I think Nisha would have gotten away there, right? He would have been able to dodge the snowball with phase shift into Orb, and he couldn't because of that.
Zai could be in some trouble here, but Chris Luck doesn't want to push his luck. Once you secure this Roshan, they know they got the Ursa down kind of low. He's on half health, so can't easily come back in this fight. But with the Shaker respawning, Schofield's just standing there like he's AFK, securing this Roshan. I love it. The tactical feeds continue. And securing an Aegis and Shard for your team, hell yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under
And this is how, as a spectator, we hopefully can convince you guys that deaths do not tell us how well somebody played that game.
Oop, that's not a death you were hoping for.
Now, that death, on the other hand, is more detrimental, I believe, than every death of Schofield combined.
Yeah.
As I don't think he was ever supposed to die there on Void
Yeah, I
Spirit. Without Coil.
stopped looking.
Yeah, they're not. Without Coil, they didn't use Echo Slam. That's definitely just a overconfidence play.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world because K1's still farming, but now it's allowing Secret to just invade like they are. Which, when you have the Aegis on Beast Coast and a Sven that's
Ooh.
looking like this,
Big one in, though. The Sven comes in with a BKB.
the Sprout!
Oh, the defensive Sprout. But now they come out of it. The counterplay's there with a nice fissure, blocking up the Sven, going to force him back. He Timber Chain's out of there, though. So they can just cut their losses at a Tusk. I imagine they'll be okay with this, but they really want to fight that one with the BKB.
That is a awful... Like, you'd think it's such a better... You'd have a better use of a BKB Aegis timing on a Sven,
Dire's top
and
tower
he's
is
going to
under
get kited.
attack.
The Sprout alone is going to be enough to be super annoying. He's already running out of slots. With the Aegis, he's already backpacking his Quelling Blade. And once he gets the Shard on Nature's Prophet, which he now has, because he went Treads, if he does Quelling Blade a tree, he's going to be stuck anyway because it spawns the treants on top of the tree that you cut down.
Dire's top
He's
tower
going to have to go Ags, I think, on Sven.
For the mobility.
Yeah, I think you have to go it.
Silencer. Caught a little bit up top. Nisha's there to follow it up. There's a force stuff, but no. Fissure's there to block him. Oh, okay.
That
Yeah, sure. Drops the dunk to secure the kill. Can Beast Coast punish this? I mean, it's a big ultimate, but
He has no buyback on Silence.
yeah, and I think Secret know this. They want to force a fight. Great vacuum in a two-man fissure. YapzOr blinks in, though. He's in a bit of trouble here. Gets taken out by the Chakram. They do get a support for it, but Secret probably not going to feel like this one's worth it as they lose Zai as well. Chase is on. Doesn't look like they'll get anything more just yet. Puppy's pretty far away. Let's see. Fish him out.
See that Timbersaw's level 20? What the hell? I guess he's
Getting
just
out
been
of
a part
control.
of crucial kills this game.
Yeah.
He's keeping up with a Sven who's been hitting creeps all game. Hector has 328 CS at 24 minutes in the game, and they're the exact same level. They are crazy out-leveling Secret right now.
Yeah. It feels like at this point, Secret, you know, not to flame Matu, just don't have that real carry here for the mid to late game. They're going to be relying on this big team fight combo that has worked for them, but like Matu can't just kill anyone by himself.
You have a lot of heroes that need to be comboed, and they're all very beefy.
Good to be this
And I don't think you're going to see Beast Coast heavily committing to a hero like you saw mid lane. I think they learned their lesson. You know, you're confident for a bit, you're in the zone, and then you get Echo Slammed as 4, and you get it like, you know, you get the water splash on your face, you wake up from the high that you were on, and that I don't think they're going to give them that again. So I don't know how they have enough damage to like distribute amongst all the cores of Beast Coast for Secret.
They have got those kiting plays. You mentioned the Sprout. Puck's going to have an Aghanim Scepter soon, so that's going to limit what this Sven can do. Here you go, Void Spirit gets caught by the Fissure from the trees. Does get off the defensive Yule Scepter. The Global Silence is there, but Zai tries again with a Greaves Vacuum.
That would have worked.
Just couldn't get the perfect timing he was hoping for.
So the thing is that Sven can get out of Puck Coil with Ags. So he
Okay.
is going it.
Yeah,
Yeah. They like never go Ags anymore on Sven. It's kind of outdated after like Swift Link getting added into the game. Satanic just being a broken item for carries in general. Silver Edge also is an amazing option for Sven. But the fact that Sprout's such a massive issue and it's such a low cooldown ability, and then there's really no way for any carry ever to get out of Axe Coil on Puck. Sven, one of the few that can Superman out of that Puck Coil.
Secret going to resort to some pesky split pushing both mid and top. These guys have to address these lanes. They've got Chris Luck in the front lines. There's the vacuum.
That
Two-man
was
fissure.
sick.
YapzOr falls up with the dunk. Catches out two. K1's trying to turn this fight around, but his BKB is going to be wearing off fairly soon. Hasn't really done the damage on the backlines. Whisper, he's taken out the Shaker. Can he find more? This Timber is causing all sorts of problems as Puppy's TP gets cancelled and Whisper wants more. Is there anything from Matu? No. TP's out. Mules was on cooldown. So it ends up being a slightly Secret favored fight. Yeah, okay, yeah, 12 gold. XP going, I mean, pretty much an even fight in the end.
You knew that down to the penny, gods. You were like, that was a Secret favorite. Yep, 12 gold.
But then I saw the XP and I was like, what's more valuable, the XP or the gold?
Is it 12 gold or 60 experience? You know, we could take a poll on that one. But yeah, I don't know. Like Secret, they executed that fight pretty insanely high level. Like that was a coil vacuuming them out of the coil into an Echo Slam.
I think we can take a look at
And it's
here
still
again.
an even trade. It does, PBD, it does. That's like as good as it gets for Secret, I think. And the fight's going even, so that doesn't bode
Whisper's
well.
just on the backlines doing like, he's the one dishing out the most damage. K1's just getting kited and he's kind of the focus of so much of this Secret lockdown and control, but
You can't deal with this Timbersaw.
Yeah.
You cannot afford to use your spells on this Timbersaw. He's got status resistance from the Halberd.
Yep.
He's got like 3,500 HP because he got that Bloodstone completed.
yeah.
3,500 HP.
Oh, here come Team Secret again. They're not done. They want to keep fighting. K1 gets gone on. Dreamcall's there. The Global Silence to keep him alive a little bit longer. He's going to turn with the God Strength, but he can't hold his ground against the Matu Ursa. Does get the Stormbolt out. Is jumping in his Chris Luck. Have they got the damage with the Remnant pull? They're going to take out Matu. Darkseer dead as well as Whips is going to go chaining on forward. YapzOr's in some trouble here. Needs to find the blink out. Coast win another fight, getting 3 kills for 1. Oh, there we go. Can hear it.
We're back.
We got DOTA Sounds back. Hopefully you guys had us as well.
Don't worry, you didn't miss anything important. I was talking about what I thought about the game. So, 7k advantage for Beast Coast. Pretty convincing so far. The Ags for Sven, the problem with this Ags on Puck is I think you're allowing K1 to buy an item that's like addressing everything. Like, it just
with the
addresses
axe, yeah.
everything you have, and you're committing more gold to this everything, which means that his everything, or his item that he's buying, is effectively negating your 4,200 gold and giving him what he probably needed anyways. So I think this is a bit of an oversight by Nisha. Maybe he doesn't know how that works. Maybe he thinks they need it anyways. Not 100% sure.
It feels like they just thought, like, if they, limit what Sven can do in these fights, don't let him carry the game, then things will be fine. But it's Whisper every single fight. This Sven has only, been in 8 of these 19 kills. He's not doing a lot of damage in these fights, but he's soaking up all these spells, all these disables, the sprouts, he's just putting his body on the line to allow Whisper to just have a free game. And Whisper, Bloodstone, 17 charges, about to have an Aghanim Scepter as well. His damage output is insane. He's getting close to that 25 to some extent as well.
If you saw a support's inventory of Tranquil's Veil Yules, how many guesses would you have to take to get it to be Tusk? If somebody said, what support is this? I think it would take me at least 50.
Yeah.
Because I do not think that is a build I have ever seen before on Tusk.
Another, Yules to also just make this Ursus game that much more difficult. When we speak of it feels like both carries on both teams are just unable to dish out reliable damage in these fights, and it's the supporting cast where Beast Coast have had an edge.
I would much rather have a Timber Saw if my issue is damage,
Yeah.
right, compared to a Darkseer.
Dire are
Because
scanning.
Darkseer enables his other heroes to do more damage. And in this case, usually you see it being the Ion Cell Surge making the carry do more, but it's more so just the vacuum for the coil as well as the Echo Slam, which is a flat amount of damage.
Yeah.
Compared to the right-click of carries as you scale later into the game. As Timbersaw has 3,600 HP, I don't think that Coil Break combo is going to be enough to actually kill him.
Timber deforesting the top side of the map here. Finds Zai, still has the Yule Scepter.
That's the Yules.
And Zai, he can't really TP out. There's just too much damage. Man. He just gets annihilated. 18 charges now, and about to hit level 25. He was like at level and a half. When I said he's almost 25, it didn't feel like I was being that serious, but getting that solo kill there, he's actually about to hit 25.
Yeah, he's going to take the Whirling, the Timber Chain range, for
Radiant's
sure. I
top
don't think the
tower
Whirling
is
Death
under
Attribute
attack.
reduction does anything. Yeah, they don't have to have one strength hero, so... This was a third pick Timbersaw, which was addressed by 2 heroes in the second round by Secret. And it is proving masterful performance by Whisper.
Schofield dies again, but that's been his job for a lot of this game, as Nisha may pay the price to just get a support kill. This has been one of the best 1-in-9 Tusks I think I've ever seen.
I think K1 is getting carried this game.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't feel like he's playing bad in any way. It's just the way the draft went, maybe.
Have you ever played one of those pubs as a carry where you feel like you're doing your job, but you never really had to do anything to win the game? You're like, I'm not feeding or anything. I'm farming. That's what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
But your team is just like winning the fights for you. They're like, obviously K1's playing fine. I'm just saying that the performance from the other 4 has been pretty insane this game. This is what I think Beast Coast, old Infamous, has to look like if they're gonna make a deep run at TI, because this is exactly what they look like when they got 8th.
Yep.
And that was when they only could play Wraith King. So the team's come a really long way.
They've added a few heroes.
Yeah, they're a little bit more diverse than Hector or Wraith King nowadays.
Yep.
So this is really cool to watch, especially since they had a little bit of underwhelming performances during the lands this season.
Perhaps a bit of a reminder that Timber's a hero you just have to be worried about, because that hasn't really popped up all too much in the drafts I've seen. We're going to see Ursa try and jump on in to defend this top tier 3 tower, but Matu already gets chunked down to half health. The Dream Call is there. Sven just going to break it as he runs back. And Whisper on this front lines, he's just unkillable.
Yeah, just
4,000
go on this
health.
guy.
He backpacks the cheese. He's like, I don't need this cheese. I need the clarity. It's fine. They can't kill me.
Okay, he'll take the cheese over a soul ring at least.
Yeah. I like how he popped the clarity and he literally just got a second before the puck clicked him once. He's like, all right, don't need it anymore.
Hey man, if he barely has any mana to cast something to finish somebody off, we'll
Yep.
remember that 2 seconds of clarity. Sometimes you only need 2 seconds of clarity to know what to do in the game, you know?
Yep.
That blast rig, by the way, is OP here. I feel like the only way he's gonna die is to get hit by Ursa 8 times in a row. in a matter of 2 seconds.
It feels good to be this good.
And that's exactly what this item prevents.
No situation.
I always thought that neutral item was particularly brutal for certain heroes to deal with, and Ursa would have to enrage to remove it, which I feel like there's a lot of other things you're worried about enraging it for.
Matu gonna have to just play that sacrificial frontline role, try and set up that big team fight for the Darkseer Earthshaker. That's the last hope for Team Secret, but he's dying in the process. Gets healed up by the Greaves. There's the vacuum. The follow-up isn't there. The silence. They get Yapsor before he can blink. He gets picked off. No buyback, and Beast Coast have found the opening they were looking for.
Superman!
As they just go diving in. They're looking for more. They get the Remnant pull onto the puck. That's 4 dead. It's about to be 5. It's about to be GG, I gotta imagine. Secret getting bested by the top South American team. They won Season 1, got second in Season 2, and Beast Coast, they're not here to mess around. They're looking like they've just secured Game 1 against Team Secret.
This is my first pleasant surprise of day one. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not shocked. I think Beast Coast is a solid team, but so far it's been a lot of 2-0s in favor of the team that you would think would win if you had to choose one. And Beast Coast put on a clinic.
Yep.
I think the only thing they're missing is a cape for Sven, like for proper roleplay. I think they've got everything else needed to have a clean performance. They're just chaotic, even when they're winning. You know, like what other team do you see winning and you see a Tusk randomly feeding under the same ward 3 or 4 times? Because it's not random.
No.
But it looks like it is.
It's a little similar to what we saw, like, Ice on his Lycan dying in the top lane last game, where it's like, okay, he gets picked off alone, and it kind of looks like he's, you know, quote-unquote feeding, but there is a bigger picture that Beast Coast is seeing.
Bread and circuses. Bread and circuses. All smoke and mirrors.
Secret, it's TI, of course. You don't GG out. The 30k gold lead Mega Creeps, they're going to play it out. We've seen, I think it was last TI where there was like 5 Mega Creeps come back, and before that there'd only been like 1 or 2 in all the TIs combined.
I don't think Ursa was in any of those.
Probably not.
Doesn't seem like the type
No.
of hero.
But here we go. Vacuum, where's the follow-up? They need it, and it's just not going to be coming in time. They're getting the Void Spirit low, but even he's going to find his way out of this one as there's the Global Silence. The Walrus Punch to follow it up, and this is looking all over as Matu does manage to bring down 1 or 2 with him. The Void Spirit did end up going down here, but what's the answer for this? Timbersaw, 27 Bloodstone charges. Whisper has a Hex now. He solo kills Matu in the fountain. He is just out of control.
He's the highest level in the game.
They have killed 3, though. It is 2 Beast Coast heroes versus 3 here, but it's the 2 you'd want to see. As yes, the
I
Whisper
don't think
Timber.
Whisper can die.
Yeah, he's in the fountain. He's not really dying. Maybe if he stays in the fountain.
Give him like 7 more seconds in the fountain. I think he'll go down.
Jeez, Rampage. It does feel good to see someone this good, Whisper, as he forces the GG and Beast Coast get themselves a 1-0 lead. Man, oh man.
The inner
That was
monologue of K1 during the end of that game was, "I'm helping," as he's hitting the throne.
Yeah. That last fight, he did more than the previous fights.
I'm just giving him
I-
crap, right?
Yes.
That was a pleasure to watch. Beast Coast, one of the funnest teams in Dota when they are in stride.